Grand's Bahama reaping the rewards of a new trend in tourism. The Education Minister giving an update tonight on Grand Bahama's new junior school. And Junior Junkunu just hours away.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Megan Shepard. Thank you so much for tuning in. Topping news, Grand Bahama is poised for an economic boom with the announcement of a proposed mega cruise port by Carnival and the pending sale of the Grand Lucayan Strip. As residents prepare for the opportunities that will come as a result of these touristic developments, another lucrative market appears to be opening up in the Bahamas. Sabrina Brown reports.
Airbnb is a fairly new phenomenon that is said to be taking off across the Bahamas. Minister of Tourism and Aviation, Dionisio de Aguilar, says many Bahamians are now exploring this business venture.
You had the traditional methodology of coming here and staying at a hotel and a resort, but now you want something different. You want to stay with a family, you want to stay off the beaten path, you want to experience an attraction that's a little further out of town, or just get that down-home feeling, right? So this is a phenomenon that is just taking off throughout the Bahamas. And I think Grand Bahama obviously is experiencing the same growth, the triple-digit growth that every other island is experiencing as it relates to Airbnb and the like.
The minister says the Airbnb concept appears to be getting more popular with travelers around the world.
It's just a natural trend, a progression of where the purchaser, the modern day purchaser of a vacation is going. This is what they're doing. They're going online and they're purchasing their vacation, and that's why the Ministry of Tourism is focusing more and more and more of its marketing resources to marketing the destination online.
He says now is the time for Bahamians to consider tapping into this growing market.
In the good old days, for you to get in the hotel business, you had to have $5, $10, $15, $20 million. Now, for a room in your house, or a little guest house you may have in your garden, you could be in the hotel business. But just remember, the internet is brutal. So make sure you deliver an exceptional service. Make sure you deliver that personal touch, because if you fail once, they will eviscerate you online, and it'll be very hard for you to climb back. So this is not, you can put any juk on online and expect to hit a home run. This has to be a wonderful service. It has to be a wonderful product, and if not, there's nothing anyone can do for you, because the people who use it will comment accordingly online. So, but it's an excellent small business, an added income. I think the average Airbnb person in the Bahamas makes between $6,000 and $7,000 a year.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
The University of the Bahamas Northern Campus introducing a new business initiative that will assist aspiring entrepreneurs in achieving their goal of one day becoming successful business owners. Aramiko Knowles has more.
Continuing education and lifelong learning, UB North is offering a certificate in entrepreneurship. Vice President Ian Strawn says they're very excited to introduce this program for the first time in Grand Bahama.
This is a part of our move to really support the initiatives of the government to help grow our small and medium business sector. So what we're offering really is a 5-course certificate. It all comes in under $2,000. We're going to be offering courses in marketing, accounting, QuickBooks, writing, and we expect that students who can take advantage of this and prepare themselves for their ventures.
As a part of the university's initiative to grow entrepreneurship in Grand Bahama, Strawn says they also plan to introduce a minor and bachelor's degree program.
So if you're a non-traditional student, you don't really have time to go to school, all the way, you can do a course like this certificate program. But if you want to just come out of high school and you want to do a bachelor's degree, over the next year or two, you will see a actual bachelor's in entrepreneurship as well, to go along with our accounting and management and human resource management degrees.
Work experience will also be taken into account for persons interested in the entrepreneurship program.
That is the same as an associate degree program to us. We will give you a couple different ways to enter in. So if you've been working, you can qualify based on your work experience to enter into the entrepreneurship program. You could start with just one of the courses, and successful completion of that course could lead to you entering into the program that way as well, and you just build on them.
These courses will be offered at a new location in the downtown area on West Atlantic Drive. Ramiko Notes, ZNS Network News.
Minister of Education, the Honorable Jeffrey Lloyd, on Grand Bahama recently for a sitting of the government's cabinet meeting. Speaking very briefly with the media, the minister provided an update on the new junior school for West Grand Bahama, which is currently still under construction in Holmes Rock.
Schedule, I think, for the middle of this year, for the completion of that, so that it can open in September of 2019. So we are very much hoping that that is the case. You know, obviously, unfortunately, there have been some delays, but that's our intention.
Now, recently, staff and teachers of the Moores Island All-Age School reached out to our newsroom expressing concern over what they call a shortage of teachers. The education minister says since then that issue has been resolved.
There was no lack of teachers. The only concern they had was a religion teacher, and that matter has also been resolved, we're happy to say.
In other news, the Member of Parliament for Central Grand Bahama, Iram Lewis, is preparing to spearhead a major cleanup initiative. It is the first of a 4-phase plan. The goal is to eventually launch a few eco-adventure parks. Now, the Unity in Our Community, the Central Grand Bahama initiative, will be launched next week, Saturday, from Lovers Beach to Hannah Hill. And there are a number of partners involved.
We have teamed up with environmental health, sanitation services, local government, urban renewal, to ensure that, as well as the local churches and major corporate citizens in the community, as well as local councils, to begin this initiative. And we need you, the people, the major stakeholders, to participate in this initiative.
We're going to do a walkabout also that morning in the community, identifying derelict vehicles, abandoned buildings, overgrown properties, all that type of stuff. So what we're basically doing is taking one community, one neighborhood at a time.
One of the important key points here is that we were all working together, and so the unity in everybody coming together to impact and make sure that the community is healthier, cleaner, is an awesome one.
Chief Health Inspector at the Department of Environmental Health Services, Bertha McPhee Duncanson, says once the area has been cleaned, the department will ensure that it is maintained.
Once we can identify persons who would want to revert the clean environment back to its filthy state, we will take the full extent of the law that we have to ensure that those persons are brought before the court. And so we would encourage you in those districts to not try to indiscriminately dispose of your garbage.
Residents are being asked to participate, and if you have a tree that can be planted, you can take it with you to the Hannah Hill basketball court, Lovers Beach East, or the Harbor West Shopping Center at 7 a.m. on February 16th. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Stay with us. There's more news right after this break.